Okay, taking a look at week 2. You start off the week, you have some things that are due by Wednesday. You have one discussion that deals with a reading from chapter 2. And then you need to also be reading chapter 4. You have a quiz there as well. So you have a total of 4 quizzes. And then you have one little discussion also that deals with your term paper planning. And this is a pretty simple little discussion for the term paper planning. It's a little bit different. All you are doing is posting your question, and then you respond with questions, and you can see some people have already started this, so that's great. And I will actually even come in probably Wednesday morning and do my own questions for you, because the point is, when we do these questions, we are unpacking the topic and we're trying to come up with as many ideas about this particular topic as we can. Okay, and so you're going to come up with ideas from the discussion board, and then as you research, you should come up with ideas as well there. Looking forward to the end of the week, then, you are to study section R in chapter 8, and that has to do with research, because we are already into our term paper. Because the term paper, that's the biggie. You need to be able to write a good argument paper in this class that is research based. So we're already getting into that. We're beginning research this week, and so you do have some videos down here that to deal with research. Make sure that you check these out. I also have the link to the media bias chart. If some of you want to or need to use like mainstream media, and you can watch the video here, but I have the actual link here. You have to make sure that it falls in the right parameters. Okay, so watch that video. It will explain that. I'm slow internet today. And of course, this is also explained on that video, but you want to stay in this area up here if you insist on using mainstream media. So you want to make sure that you watch the videos and look at the resources for research, because that is what you're going to be using for rhetorical analysis essay and even the week 2B discussion. It all has to do with this one paper. So your paper for this week is the rhetorical analysis essay. And what you're doing is you are pulling an article for your topic and you are analyzing it. This particular assignment is what all of Chapter 4 is about. So that's why I'm having you study it and quiz on it for Wednesday. And then that way you have that good foundation there that as you're researching and you pull your first article, you can write your analysis on it. There is a sample rhetorical analysis in the textbook. There's also a sample analysis essay linked to this assignment. So read over this carefully. You know, one of the first things that you should have is the author's name, the title of the work, and the author's general thesis. And then within your essay, you will have summary, because your audience has not read the article, and then you will have analysis. Okay, this is a short paper. We're talking about like a page and a half, 400 words, and but you must use APA documentation. And if you will just refer to the sample paper and also some of the information I give you in the research video, that will help you out a lot. Also, of course, you go ahead and look ahead in a writer's reference, and we have an APA section, and we also have an APA section in our practical argument. It's Appendix B, I think. Anyway, so this is not major here. Don't get crazy about it. We'll take a look at the sample. So this sample is on sweatshop oppression that's in your textbook. And actually the textbook gives you a little template. I've added a few things to this. The template's not great. But anyway, this is a good little sample. And I just want to point out a couple of APA issues. First of all, go ahead and just set this up as you were instructed to on the basic argument. There's really no APA guidelines for this thing here. But with APA, you're going to put the author, the date, right after the author's name. Well, here's the kicker. It even explains in our textbook that this was originally written here. However, we have found it in this textbook, and so we're going to use the textbook year because that's the information that appears down on our reference page. Anyway, only one time, since this whole essay has to do with the Rajiv Ravisankar article. Anyway, you can look through here. When you have specifics, you need to put page numbers, so you use a little P there. And then at the very end, you have a reference. And so this is a typical APA reference here for an anthology, a work in an anthology. Please note, those of you who might be used to MLA, it's different. I mean, it's counterintuitive. Note how they do article titles. Note that there's no first name, just the initial here. So make sure that you pay attention to that. If you need help at any point, holler at me. But if you're using ProQuest or some other databases, it's going to cite it for you. So that's the beauty of using the databases. Okay, so that's it. Week 2. At this point, you're moving into quite independent work because you're now going to be focusing on your own topic and your own research. But all of these resources are here to help you. It's not like you're having to do this blind. It literally explains how to do good research in 8 and section R. And it explains how to write rhetorical analysis in chapter 4. So do all the reading, and then you'll do your big paper. It's not big. It's a page and a half. Rhetorical analysis essay due by Saturday.